What's going on, TLA fam? So excuse the heat. I am in Chicago. It is cold here, so the heat is going to be up. We just got to deal with it. But I am starting a new podcast. Well, not a new podcast. I've already had this, but I'm starting a new, so to say, series on the podcast and on YouTube. It's going to be called Tequila Rebel. So basically, in this podcast, what I'm going to be doing is looking at some of these tequila aficionados and things like that, what they're saying about different tequilas and what's like the trend going around this community that is keeping a lot of people from drinking other tequilas that are absolutely amazing and they're not talking about, and what is keeping you from getting some of the best bottles that you're going to have, that you'll be able to find that's out on the market that has ever been made. So there's a real reason why I say this. It honestly is because I myself, being a lover of all tequila, I've found a lot of tequilas that I like the best are not the tequilas that they talk about on these channels and that rotate around that community. So for the people that watch me, for the people that follow me, I feel like I have that obligation to say, look, man, let's look at this for what it really is, and let's get you guys to put down some of these fears that you're getting by listening to these type of influencers and that type of market in order to get your tequila recommendations. Let's put down some of that and let's dive deeper into the tequila world, and let's look at some bottles and some brands that you're missing out on and that are absolutely amazing brands and that I think you should have on your bar, because personally I have them on my bar right now. So let's get into it. Episode 1. And this is a huge one and I have my computer right here, so if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the information that I've researched right here. So episode number 1. First thing we're going to talk about are this additive-free versus additive tequilas. So, of course, you guys all know, if you're watching this or you're watching any other mainstream tequila influencer, whoever it may be, tequila influencer, personality, aficionado, whatever you want to call them, they always are saying now, well, the tagline now is they went from don't drink celebrity tequila, don't drink anything that's not additive free, to now drink what you love, but additive free tequila is the best tequila, and you should only, what they recommend are only tequilas that they say that are additive free, that are confirmed by Tequila Matchmaker, or unless it's a bottle that brands have just sent out to them. And I'm not, hey, brands send me bottles too. I have no problem reviewing them, but I also go out and I review everything. I drink everything. I try everything I can. And yes, I've tried it when 8. I've tried Casamigos. I've tried Don Julio. I've tried all of them. So, before you say, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried? Yes, I've tried it. Now, if there are other brands out there that are just not in this market, that that just is not made to Chicago area, I've not tried, or if it's something I have to order online, yeah, I haven't tried it. But let's get into it though. Getting off track here. I have this little proponent with rambling on, but let's get back on track here. So I want to dive deeper into what these actual additives are that are being added to some of these tequilas that they tell you not to drink, and let's do some fact checking on other foods that you may be eating or drinking that if you enjoy this over here and you're putting this with these additives in here in your body, why should you care or not care when it comes to the additives in the tequila? So first and foremost, there are 4 different additives that legally can be allowed to be added to tequilas. And that is from the CRT that allows this. They are the governing body of tequilas, and if it is approved for, get through customs, if it's approved to be bottled and sold out on the market. So they have 4 different additives that can be added to tequilas, as long as it's 1% or under. Well, no, as long as it's under 1% of the total liquid, you can legally add this on there and not have to put anything but 100% agave, either azul agave or blue Weber, whatever type of agave that you use. So these 4 additives are glycerin, and that is for mouthfeel, oak extract, which is for coloring and that taste of oak. You can also add caramel coloring for coloring to give it a deeper, darker color, make it seem aged longer than what it actually is. You can have its sugar-based syrup. So that's something like Splenda or agave syrup, something of that nature, to give you a sweeter type of flavor to your tequila than what you may want, and to appeal to those tequila drinkers that love a sweeter tequila. It's something that's well known that the mainstream tequila drinker, they like a sweeter tequila, and it is what it is. Everyone likes a sweeter drink. When when you're not someone that's like that dives deep into a spirit, especially like something like rum or cognac or even tequilas, you tend to like sweeter drinks. I mean, that's something that it's just it's in our foods, right? It's in our foods, in our drinks. You have your cocktails, you have your your sodas, your juices, you even have your flavored waters. Everyone is going to gravitate more toward that sweeter type of flavor in all of their preferred drinks. So, I understand that in tequila. So now let's look at it from the other end, right? So if you eat fast food, they are allowed to put a lot more than 4. There's at least 10 different additives that they can add to your fast food. That means McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, any of these brands that are like these mainstream chain restaurants, and even some of these mom and pop stores, they add them in there for preservatives, for the meat to last longer, for the food to last longer. I mean, it takes sometimes in transit for it to last longer, for you to keep your flavor of that burger or those fries or chicken nuggets or whatever it may be, for that flavor to last longer when you're reheating that food, or maybe that food has gotten warm, and they want to still keep that flavor to that food, and also for consistency. If they have a large chain restaurant, it's hard to keep your food at a consistent flavor. So what I did was I just simply Googled preservatives or additives that are legally allowed to be into our food. And I found this one article. It is on eatthis.com, and it's talking about just 10 additives that are added to fast food, just 10 of them that are added to fast food that they feel like are very toxic. And as I said, if you eat this stuff, if you eat fast food, then let's take the little grain of salt with the additive-free tequilas here. So first one they have is natural beef flavor. So McDonald's world's famous fries are made with natural beef flavor that contains hydrolyzed wheat and hydrolyzed milk as starting ingredients. So there's that additive. There is potassium bromat. I can't pronounce this shot. I'm not even trying to pronounce it right. You have that additive. You have propylene glycol. That is an additive that's there. TBHQ. What is TBHQ? TBHQ is preservative tertiary butylhydrate hormone. Look, man, it's something I can't pronounce, and you are eating this in your food, but yet you're worried about additives in your tequila. I mean, bro, I can't even pronounce this additive. Like, I can pronounce all the additives that are in the tequila that are allowed to be in tequila that everyone's worried so much about, but I can't pronounce this. I don't need this in my body. You know, calcium sulfate is the fifth one on here. Phosphate additives, something that's added to soda, flavored waters, packed meat, processed cheese, and chicken nuggets are just a handful of the foods that are likely to contain this food additive. BHT, propyl galactate. I don't know. I can't pronounce this additive. I mean, this is something that's just made up in a lab. Phthalates. I mean, here's another one. And fluoride is the 10th one on this list. So the purpose of this is to say, you are eating additives. If you are eating anything fast food, if you like to go enjoy McDonald's, if you like to go enjoy Wendy's, and I'm not someone that's outside of it, by reading all this, by no means, if I want to have a Wendy's burger, especially the one that they just released, man, the pub burger, I enjoy that burger. I really do. But I'm not gonna, if I enjoy that, and there's a lot of people that are here that are in that community that probably eat fast food every single day. If that's what you enjoy, that's what you enjoy. If that's what you choose to put into your body, then that's what you choose to put into your body. But on the other hand, don't go and bashing and shaming and criticizing other people for choosing to have a drink of tequila that may or may not have additives in there. Don't sit here and try to ruin someone's love for a spirit because you want to sit here and criticize their favorite tequila, or don't try to embarrass them because they're drinking something that you may not drink, because you don't love it, because you think it has additives in there which you don't know for sure, or because they use the diffuser method, which we'll get into another time anyway. But we're not going to get into it here. We're just sticking on additives here. And me personally, I have a shit ton of tequila on my bar that I've never heard any of them talk about because it has not been confirmed additive free by Tequila Matchmaker or anyone else. And they had these little tests and everything. And I just saw one that I was listening to where the person took Casamigos, and one of the tests that they always tell you to do in order to figure out if they have additives in there or not is to take a little bit of that tequila, put it on the palm of your hand, and rub it together. And if you rub it together and there's no there's stickiness to that tequila, then it has syrup added to that tequila. Well, there's one brand that a lot of people, there's Casamigos. A lot of people are saying this has a lot of additives in there and everything. This person took some Casamigos, put it on their hand. It was blind tasting. They took the Casamigos, put it on their hand, they rubbed it together, and there was no stickiness there. There was no filminess or anything like that. It felt the same way that verified additive-free tequilas are feeling. So to me, it's like, so are you 100% sure that this has additives in there? Or are you just going off of what someone else just said? Are you going off of what someone else may have thought, or someone that has a name or bought their following and bought their engagement and everything is accusing this brand of having? And by no means am I advocating for Casamigos. I'm simply doing this because I want more people to experience other brands that are not being talked about on the mainstream scale. And I do have some brands over here that I have on my bar that I highly recommend that you guys go and check out here. But we'll get to that. So So they did that with their hands and everything, and they didn't feel any film. They didn't feel the stickiness that everyone's saying that you should feel that are in these additive tequilas and everything of that nature. And then the person that's listening to this, I think they just couldn't take it. I don't know if they couldn't take what was being said about it, or they didn't want to accept that that test doesn't hold up for what they're trying to portray out there in whatever world or what. But they were like, oh, these brands are becoming tricky now. So what do? Add another chemical to there to where it doesn't make it sticky, like that. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're reaching. You're really reaching for this in order to try to control the narrative and in order to try to control palettes of these individuals for brands that you personally like. And me personally, that's the reason why I've taken a step back from being a part of that culture and a part of that market, because I'm an advocate for all tequilas and trying all different tequilas, and not just these ones that are verified or only the ones that are going to send me out a free bottle. And I think you should too. I think that you should too, because there's so many amazing brands out there to try that are absolutely amazing. They're 100%. Honestly, a lot of them are better than all these tequilas that people are talking about. I mean, they just are. And this is coming from someone that has drank those tequilas, that have all those tequilas on their bar, but is also going out and searching for these other tequilas in order to just try to explore, in order to explore a whole new world of tequilas and to really appreciate everything, that all the flavor differences, all the different nuances that each brand can bring to the forefront. And it's absolutely amazing. I honestly, I feel bad for the palates of anyone that do not go out and just explore this world of tequila, and especially these influencers that are only going to buy or only going to accept or only going to drink these bottles of anyone that's going to send them a bottle, or just off of the bottles that someone told them to send to, or someone told them that they should drink, someone told them that they should love. Well, it's not really saying much. It's not really doing much. How can you become an expert of tequila? How can you say that tequila is great or whatever if you're not drinking all of it? You know what I mean? If you're not drinking all the tequila that's out there, you're only drinking, this brand because everyone else is talking about it and they sent you a bottle, or you're only drinking this brand because they're paying you and it's the only brand that you talk about. You're not even giving others a chance. How are you a tequila expert? You're not. I mean, it's just that simple. As a trainer of baseball, as a personal trainer of baseball, I'm not going to ever tell a kid, hey, you only did the drill that I told you to do, or you only have seen this one player play and you think that this one player is the best player in the world that's ever played baseball because that's who I think. No, go out and watch other baseball players. Go out and watch the actual game, or like it is like that's like it just it's mind-boggling to me on why there's so little amount of just different bottle recommendations overall, or if there are other bottle recommendations, it's only been because this has been approved by everyone else that's in the community, as opposed to you actually liking it, you actually drinking it, and you stand on your word without caring about if someone's going to hate you or not for filling that, or if you're going to get canceled or annexed from that community or lose your spot in that community because someone didn't agree with you, or someone or someone says, oh, that sucks, like whatever. So what I did right now is I took 5 bottles off my bar. Some of them are hard to find, some of them are not. Actually, these are the XAs that I'm going to show you here, or the extra yells that I'm going to show you here. But I think these are brands that I feel like you all should have on your bars, or you should all be looking for to add them to your bars. And they have not, none of them have been verified by Tequila Matchmaker as additive free. Some brands just don't want to go through everything that they have to go to and open up their doors to the individuals over there in order to get verified, and go through all that just for a sticker. Like, just drink the tequila, But I talked about this brand yesterday, but it's El Mayor Tequila. Now, the one that, if you're watching this on YouTube, the one that I'm showing you right now is their Extra Añejo. It's aged in rum. Well, it's finished in rum cask. It goes for around, I think I had Benny's look it up today. I think it goes for like 130, 140 in their system. I got it for 120. But this is one that this brand, they have options for all the price ranges and all different levels of tequila drinkers. They have bottles that are cheap as like $20 for the Blanco to like $99 or $100 for like their regular Extra Añejo. And then they also have different, yes, I'm a true fan of El Mayor. They have bottles like this where they have their limited editions. Now, I'm a humongous fan of their limited editions. This is a limited edition Añejo that's finished in Ezra Brooks barrels. This was like $40 for this Añejo. This is one of those brands that they always have these limited editions or handpicked barrels or single barrels to come out that are just absolutely amazing. And honestly, I would drink them over any other brand that's out on the market that everyone's saying that are, everyone in the mainstream influencer community or tequila community are saying that you should be drinking. So El Mayor, 1000%, especially if you see the limited edition ones or their special edition ones, definitely grab that. By the way, if you're here in Chicago, Benny's has a Benny's Pick XA of El Mayor. I think it's like 130. It's supposed to be dropping today. I was going to be buying a bottle of it, but they didn't drop in my local Benny's. So I couldn't get me a bottle of it, but I will have one, and I will talk about it. Come back on and talk about it once I do get that bottle, though. I promise you. I am a huge fan of El Mayor. They do not pay me a penny. I am just a fan of their tequila. Another one, Villa Lobos. I've never heard anyone talk about this. Well, maybe one or two people I've ever heard talk about this. I've actually asked a real big tequila influencer if they know about Villa Lobos, and they thought I was talking about Lobos 1707. This brand right here, absolutely amazing tequila. This is their 4-year Extra Añejo. This goes for around 170, 180 a bottle here in Chicago area. This is absolutely some fantastic tequila. If you have not had Villa Lobos, everything that they produce is fantastic. I have their Blanco, their high proof Blanco. This is the 55%, so 110 Blanco that I have. And I'm a fan of Villa Lobos. They do not pay me a single thing. I am just simply a fan. And this is another brand that's not confirmed additive free on Tequila Matchmaker. I put it up against any bottle that you put in here, Cascuin, Fortaleza, El Tesoro. I put this bottle up against it, and to me, it beats it. In my book, it beats it. Another one, Dolce Vita. This is their 100 proof Extra Añejo. This is some great sauce. I mean, their whole brand lineup. Another brand like El Mayor that they produce bottles. I mean, their Añejo is like, you get it from 35 to 38 bucks. Absolutely amazing. Organic tequila. They're a Blanco. I use it as margaritas, for shots, for neat drinking, for on the rocks. Very versatile brand. I love them. It's a brand that I think that everyone needs to know about. People need to talk about this more. They don't put themselves out there in the tequila influencer community. but it's one that you really need to go and try. It's something that you probably wouldn't try. You're missing out on something great, especially their XA. You're missing out on something great, or at least good, or at least a solid tequila, because you're only wanting to go with this trend of additive-free tequilas. We don't, they're not going to go through the process to say that. But I guarantee you, if you drink this in a blind taste testing against some of these other ones that are verified additive-free, that all these influencers are always talking about, guarantee you this will hold its own. Guarantee you that. What am I on? Number 4, Joel Richard. I mean, this is one of the best XAs I've ever had in my life. This is a high proof. It's 82 proof, means two proofs over the normal proof, but it's still considered a high proof. This is one. It's been around for years. I'm just starting to see a resurgence up. I mean, I just saw the first bottles I've ever seen in my life, like a year back, and this is a 3-year extra añejo. First time I put this out on the table for people that I drink with, this bottle was empty within an hour. Maybe an hour and a half, but this bottle was empty. It was like 4 or 5 of us gone. This is some great tequila, something that everyone needs to know about, that you are not going to hear about with these mainstream influencers, because they don't drink enough tequila. They don't explore the world of tequila enough. And that's me. Look, I do this. This is my business. I'm searching around people's stuff, everything. I may not follow them, but I search it out just to see what they're talking about, and for market research. And to really judge for me, do I trust this person's opinion, or are they just saying it because of popularity, or because they're getting paid to say it, or because it causes drama, or it becomes, it gets them the clout that they're looking for. Personally, I think that it's more because of the clout they want and the popular. All right, and number 5 on this list. I just got this, but damn, was this fucking delicious. And I'm so happy that I didn't go and only buy off of this additive-free list, or this verified additive-free crap, and and don't care about it, because this is truly a treat right here. This has jumped into one of my top 10 tequilas of all time. This Tres Aromas Extra Añejo, well, I shouldn't say Extra Añejo, it's Extra Age Barrel Select. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. And they don't even have any information about it on Tequila Matchmaker. So these are one of the gems that have hit my bar, because I don't care about if it's confirmed additive free or all this other stuff. That's not a part of my decision-making process. So this tequila right here, I mean, it fucking knocked my socks off, man. I mean, this bottle would have been empty within 30 minutes if I wouldn't have put it in my bag to make sure no one else could drink it. And I am going to enjoy every drop of this that I'm fortunate to enjoy for, until this bottle is closed. But I'm always going to remember, and I'm going to be looking for another bottle myself. So those are 5 brands right there that are not either on Tequila Matchmaker, and none of them are confirmed additive free. You can do all the tests you want and everything, but I think that they're competing right there with a lot of these brands that everyone's talking about in this main tequila influencer market. Everyone's talking about, everyone's saying, oh, you should drink this, you should drink this. Well, you have other brands that are just as good, if not better, that are right there. I just gave you 5 of them. Some of them are, I gave you the XAs that are going to be up there competing. Now, Dolce Vita, El Mayor, they have a regular line that I think that they're just rock solid lines, and they're a very affordable price. I mean, I think for the añejo of this, it's like $30. For the añejo of this, it's like some places $33, other places $38. So you have 2 very affordable XAs. I mean, their Blancos are like $20, $25. You have 2 great lines that no one talks about. They have a great lineup, and then when they do limited editions, or they have their XAs, or they have their one-offs, they produce in a smaller batch, they're competing with everything out there on the market. They really are. That's why these bottles are all on my top shelf. They're my main bar on my top shelf for a reason. So, so I'm saying all this just to say, man, yeah, some of these additive-free tequilas, they're great. I've had some of them, they were just average at best. All because it's additive-free doesn't mean that it's a great tequila. I mean, you ask me, I think additive-free is more for those health, those people that are really into health, really into watching every single thing that they put into their body, and they eat right, so they also want to drink right. That's who I would highly recommend. Those people that are only want additive-free tequilas to drink. If you are eating fast food, let's be honest, I don't want to hear about, if you eat McDonald's, Wendy's, stuff like that, and I eat that. I'm a Midwest boy. I enjoy me a steak, some steak and potatoes. I love to eat, man. I love to eat, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie about it. I enjoy some Wendy's from here and there. I enjoy some McDonald's fries. I honestly, I think they sprinkle a little drugs on the McDonald's fries, man. I really do, but I enjoy them. So, I look at it as, if I'm gonna enjoy that stuff and I don't care about that stuff, I'm not gonna care about tequila. I just hope that the tequila, I just want the tequila to be good. Especially if I'm paying a higher price, I just want it to be good. That's where I'm pissed at. If I get a bottle of tequila and I'm buying it, I'm paying this extra money. There's one brand, it's like, I think it's Primo. They have a Blanco that's like $70. If I buy that at $70 and it's not good, it's not the best Blanco I've ever had in my life for $70, I'm pissed. I'm just being honest. I'm pissed. And just for sales base, for business side of things, and that bottle has sold, I think it was like, I looked at like a sales report or something. It is sold one bottle. I'm not gonna say the particular spot, but it sold only one bottle in there. And Dos Artes came in after that and is at a higher price point for their Blanco, and that sold two bottles. The Dos Artes is $100 for their Blanco, but also it's a liter. But it's $100 for their Blanco, and the Primo is $70 for their Blanco. And that Primo has been there like 2 months longer, and it's only sold one bottle versus two bottles here. So while a brand may be hugely popular within the influencer and the aficionado community, it also does not translate to sales. So I'll talk about that as well on another Tequila Rebel podcast. But just to say it, wrap this all up. Just explore the world of tequila, man. Stop worrying about if it's additive free or not. Stop having that anxiety of, oh, I can only drink this if it's additive free, or I gotta waste some of this amazing tequila that I bought, or this expensive tequila that I bought. Because I promise you, if I pay $70 for a fucking Blanco, if I pay $70 for any bottle, there's not a fucking chance I'm putting any amount of that on my hand and rubbing it together to see if it doesn't have Splenda added to it, or agave syrup added to it, or corn syrup added to it. It doesn't, it does not affect my body enough for me to do that. That's the way I look at it. So drink what you love, explore this world of tequila. Don't miss out on great bottles because you are so stuck on only drinking additive-free tequilas. Period. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in here, listening to my rant. Tequila Rebel, episode number 1. Hey, we're going to get into it more, man. We're going to get into it more. But at the end of the day, drink what you love. Explore this world of tequila. You never know what your favorite bottle is going to be. And you never know what some of these brands are going to produce, especially the limited edition stuff. You see a limited edition, or you see this special edition version of it where it's not just a bottle, it'll actually have created something different. They aged it in a barrel. They did a different type of cooking method. Go ahead and try it, man. It could be the best thing you ever had in your life, and it don't matter which brand it's from. I mean, Luna Azul, another brand. Their extra añejo that they have aged Elijah Craig barrels. I'm saying this because I'm looking right at it right there. All right, might as well just show it. But this one right here, it's a $40 bottle. This is some of the best tequila I've ever had. You know, and that's a brand that a lot of people, I've never heard anyone talk about it until I started talking about it. You know, so yeah, man, explore the world of tequila, drink what you love, stop only going off of if it's additive free or not. If it's good, it's good. It's that simple. Have a good one, guys.